Greek vases often show hoplite shields with designs on them. They can be real animals, objects, or even mythical creatures. Originally, it's thought that these designated a particular clan, or tribe, or faction, or family, that sort of thing. But that changed in the 5th century BCE, and that's when city-states, or polis, started having their designs on the hoplite shields. This brings me to this design. You might recognise it as the letter L, the letter Lambda, which signified Sparta. And yet, as iconic as it undoubtedly is, there's quite a bit of debate about this design. For example, it's argued that this design didn't start appearing until the 420s BCE, which means that it was way after its big appearance on 300. And then there's debate about who would wield a shield with this design exactly. You might be thinking Spartan citizens. Well, perhaps not. Initially, it's argued that this shield would have been given to those who were in the supporting ranks of the army, i.e. those who weren't Spartan citizens, because Spartan citizens would be having shields with their own icons on them, their families or their clan images on them. As I said, it's possible that this was the way that it initially happened, and in the 4th century BCE, this design became used by Spartan citizens. And that whole thing about Spartan designs and shields gives me a nice little segue into a story about Spartan and a shield design. According to Plutarch in his Sayings of the Spartans, one Spartan had a shield design which was a life-size fly, nothing else on the shield. His colleagues mocked him and said, well, no one's going to be able to see you on the battlefield. How will your enemies even be able to distinguish you? He replied with, well, they'll be able to recognise me because they will be able to see the fly. The implication being he would be right up close to them so they could see it. It's a very Spartan response. Perhaps it was also that it would have been cheaper to have a simple small fly painted on your shield, which would also have been a very Spartan thing. Just don't tell them that I said that.